Yeah, it's been a minute since we've done that, and it's been a minute since we've been back. What up, what up, what up, y'all? I am your host, Young Smooth. I have missed saying that shit. And I got my nigga with me.
I'm OB.
Yes, yo, and this is
the
motherfuckers. Yo, I have missed it. I have missed saying that. I said that shit last week in the whatchamacallit, the one for last week, which is the compilation and the recap of some of the favorite shows. Yo, some of them shows was so good, bruh.
I mean, if you want to be honest, practically every episode was low key a hitter.
Yo,
besides the ones where niggas was like, all right, Joe, we just tired. Like, we just gonna y'all get this show, we just tired.
Like, yo, remember like every time we would have a guest and it'd be somebody new that we like really kind of met for the first time or whatever, and then it would be like towards the end of it, I would be like, yo, I am so fucking excited. Like, yo, this what would I say to you all the time? Like, yo, this is the best episode ever, yo. This is the best episode ever. It really was. Yeah, but yo, if you don't recognize who I am your host, Young Smooth, and of course, that's my man, OB. And officially, the Kickstand Podcast is back, my niggas.
Yes, sir.
It's back. This is going to be a show where we talk about the ratchet and the ridiculousness. We talk about hip hop. We got a couple of topics that we're going to go back on. We're going to go ahead and reach out to some of these old guests. So it is going to be a moment. Mm-hmm. I am so excited to have my nigga back. Don't forget that you can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Google Music, or wherever you get your podcast, Spotify. And in addition, you can also go to Kicking It with Young Smooth Podcast. That's the page where the Kickstand Podcast will be hosted on. So you'll see that, and we'll do this every Monday. You know, and we'll be, hitting y'all 8:30. You know what I'm saying? It's so good. It's so good to be back. It is so good. Me and you had a lot of conversations prior to this.
Energy.
Yo, it's so good. Like, you and I, when we first started, let's go into that though. Let's go into how when we first started and what people fail to realize. If you go back to the very first episode, niggas was like Nas out this bitch. We was on one mic.
Bruh.
We was on one goddamn mic.
Really thought we was doing it.
We had no idea.
Yeah, we got this down pack. Nah, nigga, that's all one mic. I mean, like from one to like episode 1 to like 30 or some shit.
It was quite a few. Mind the fact that shit was a good ass professional ass mic. It was a good mic.
And even of having more than one, it still was like, oh no, we really just using one microphone. We thought.
Right, we thought. And then when we
set up two at one point.
I don't even know how the fuck we upgraded to getting the Yeti mic, which did like a Omni sound. Like, I don't even know how the fuck we got there.
I don't even remember how you found that.
I don't remember. It was so weird.
I remember when you got your book bag, you was like, yo, I want to get a new microphone.
Right.
And what you did was you got your book bag, and then you got it was like a kit you bought. It came with the microphone, it came with the book bag, it came with the pop filter, it was like a whole thing.
Well, I think I put that in like Amazon. Like, I put it in the cart. Yeah.
And then we realized the microphone was like actually kind of garbage. So he was like, damn, this shit trash. Then after that, you looked for the Yeti mic, and then you was like, all right, this is made for podcasting. This is made for, right. That makes sense.
Which I love it, and now I have two, which is great.
Yeah.
So that was a thing. That was definitely a thing. Like, when I tell you, that was 2017. 2017, my nigga.
And it gave me 5 years.
Yo, it's crazy to go from 2017. Then we had the moment of downtime, which we'll talk about as well. But and then I do my own thing. Corona hits, and we still going strong. But then we evolved back to this, and I think the reasoning that we evolved back to this was because it was too many conversations. It was like you and I were having conversation, and we were talking about hip hop again, and I was like, so we gonna do this again? Because I can't keep doing this. And doing it by myself it was a lot.
Well, that's one thing that we always definitely. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say stressed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that's one thing that we for sure made known is that, hey, y'all, this is a podcast, but the same way. This would be normal conversation if it wasn't a microphone in front of us.
Right, exactly. It always had been, and that was the thing.
It's no difference. It's literally no difference. Like whether we recording this shit now, this exact conversation could go on for 2 to 3 hours without a microphone.
Remember the time we had the 4-hour conversation like a couple months ago?
So I found out my phone definitely by default cuts off at 4 hours.
He was like, "Oh, fuck that! You guys are talking entirely too long. And what do you have to say to each other for 4 hours?" I mean, but it was a manifestation of like everything. You know what I'm saying? It was like, "Yo, okay."
Bro, I tested that shit. That shit literally cut. 4 hours is the cap for my phone. It just cuts off.
I think I was grubhubbing too that day.
No, you was in the house. You was in the house.
Oh, I was in the house, yeah.
You was in the house and you was sending me songs that I should.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's how I put you on the phone.
Yeah, and then I showed you that I sent that whole playlist. I was going through that whole playlist of fucking R&B.
Yeah. Sure. So speaking of R&B though, I actually found out because I had posted this the other day. I was like, yo, what happened to the Love Zone? Like on 92Q, like where's the Love Zone?
Oh yeah, like overnight or something.
Right, exactly. So apparently, if you download the iHeartRadio app, there is an actual like Love Zone kind of thing. It's WDAS, and it literally plays the good slow jams like from back in the day.
Damn, yo, I didn't think about that. They really don't play the Love Zone no more.
It might as well be called the Fuck Zone.
None of that shit. Yo, that's facts, yo. None of that shit get played no more. I remember being in people's car, being like my mom's car and shit like that, being in a car back in the day. Like, we probably coming in the house like 9-10 o'clock type shit. And that is playing. Like, that's literally like, yo, it's like slow jams. It's really, they like, oh no, we only play. Literally after a certain hour, they only played R&B.
That's it.
Now you hear the baby, you feel me? Now you hear the baby and you hear Lil Pump and shit. Like now,
like what the fuck? Like what is going on? Or Kanye with these horrible ass verses right now. I don't know. So speaking of Kanye and the horrible ass verses, right? The new song just dropped with Cardi B, Lil Durk, and Kanye. It's called Hot Shit. I'm about to say something. I don't dislike it because I think the beat goes hard. It gives that drill feel. But I don't like Cardi or Ye's verse. Both of them are.
It's Cardi, Ye, and who else?
Lil Durk.
I don't even think I'm interested in hearing the song, honestly.
So it's not that bad on Lil Durk part, but the rest of it is just like.
To me, yo, honestly, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Like Cardi she's washed up that fast. I think she has literally exhausted everything she could talk about because all she talk about is it's sad, and that's the thing that sucks about these artists, and not just the female artists, the male artists too. Mm-hmm. Like you can't take, like honestly. I couldn't take Lil Durk serious if he came out with a conscious hip hop album.
Right.
Because when you came out the gate, you put yourself in a box immediately. Mm-hmm. This is my topic. This is what I talk about. This is what I rap about. This is the beats I get on. So now that's it. And it's like that shit literally can only last but so long. At this point, I mean, Durk got a very huge fan base, but it's like if you want to be honest, it's the features that are keeping these niggas alive.
Right.
Because it's like, what? Let's be real. What else could Cardi B drop an album and talk about?
And we interested in that because you're a Grammy Award winner. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I'm air quoting it because I'm just like, it is great, and it is a true fact that you are a Grammy Award winner. But what are you doing with that? Now, I will say this: in the defense of it, you had COVID at the time. Now you 2 kids in, so I kind of get that. But at the same token, we need better music. It's time. It's time. You know what I mean? And the performances are lackluster at best. Oh, speaking of performances, you know what I saw? And no, I am not going to talk about her yet, but I will. But
I thought you were going to talk about this shit that they talk about with Jeremiah.
What?
I've been seeing niggas slandering Jeremiah all day.
What, recently? I must have been offline.
I mean, like today.
Oh, like, what did he do?
They saying something. Was he at the Versus?
Oh, well, okay. Well, then let's talk about R&B.
Because obviously I didn't see it. See it, but listen. From what I hear, that shit was the prime. That if Barnum and Bailey was an R&B concert, this is what I'm comparing. I didn't even see it, and this is what I'm comparing it to from what I heard and the clips that I've seen. It's like, bro, is this a joke? No, this is serious. Look, and what's funny is this: when I watch videos, this is something I do, right? I watch a video without the audio first, just to see like, all right, let me just visualize and look. Let me just see what's happening and be like, all right, I could gauge it. Like, well, I don't see nothing bad with this. Let me turn the audio on. I did that shit, and I was like, oh,
when I tell you, it was. I could not watch the whole thing. First of all, it seems to be the longest verses in history of verses. Why was it 4 hours?
Yeah, no,
sir, gentlemen, your fan base is old now. Okay, we got to go to fucking work. I don't have time for y'all to be doing this shit.
Their fan base is plus now.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Say 26. 26 and up is their fan base, and not even the people that's 20 up. Not all of them don't even care about them no more. So technically, we can safely say 30 plus. That's y'all fan base.
And 30 plus, you ready to go to sleep.
And 30 plus, some of them got 5 kids. You feel me? A job and a dog.
Responsibilities and shit, bills.
They out. You telling me y'all went to an arena for 4 hours to hear
4 hours?
Cool.
So basically, I call it R&B because y'all tried to make it like y'all was motherfucking what? I'm saying, yo, niggas out this bitch trying to make this shit like they the Locks and Dipset and shit.
Bruh,
bitch, y'all singing about love and pussy. What is wrong with you niggas?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Just like I said, I ain't see it, but all I've seen from that versus was literally just clips. Listen,
it's so horrible. Jeremiah's voice is fucking horrible. Yo,
listen. First of all, let's talk about Mario. No, that's Super Mario. Fuck you talking about. This is not Mario. This ain't Super Mario Bros. This is Super Mario. We now address him as Super Mario, even in all his arrogancy.
Right.
This is Super Mario. Listen.
But he proved the point.
He was on one. He was like, man, I'm ready to show y'all. Look, and then what's worse is this. They all, for the most part, look, minus Tank. No, not Tank. It wasn't Tank.
Well, Tank was there.
It was Tank. Oh, Mario brought Tank out, right?
Yes. Because I think Tank did background on one of Mario's songs.
So we'll say this. Literally, Tank don't apply to any of this.
No.
If we're talking Jeremiah, Omarion, and Mario, they are all in the exact same era and age-wise.
Right, exactly.
Mario came out that bitch like, look, Y'all sound a hot ass mess. I'm ready. Yo, that shit. I was like, yo, I felt so bad. I'm like, damn,
Yo,
bro.
the part that that took me away was the motherfucking Ray J and that one wish.
Bro, I completely forgot about Ray J because did you see? I completely forgot he was there because did you see the shit Brandy said?
What did she say?
Oh my gosh. Brandy made a whole post. She was like, well, little brother, you took it down. I'm gonna repost it again. I think she said some shit like if I only had one wish, you would listen to your big sis. And she said, yo, bro, I'm telling I'm so mad you didn't catch this, but I caught it.
Yo, I've been so busy lately, I have not even paid attention. But I did see something that was also stupid after the verses too, and it's Ray J's new tattoo of Brandy.
Oh my gosh.
It's of her face. The shit looks fucking demonic. You know what? Matter of fact, let me see if I can find something like this because I'm gonna try to find it while we talk about it. But yes, it is just horrible. It's the hot ass mess. But yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And then the worst part for me, was I would have to say the goddamn why was Omarion eating watermelon?
That was real.
Oh yeah, that was not fake. The nigga said wasn't real. Yes.
Like, so that was real.
Yes.
Oh, so here go. I found it.
Did you find it?
So let me read it to you. Listen to this shit, right?
Yeah.
So Ray J says, okay, it's like that. Y'all wrong. LOL. And he added somebody. He said it's gonna be this kind of day. I see. LOL. I'm dead. He just basically tagged Timbaland, Swiss Beats versus Triller. Brandy says she's an asshole.
Yeah.
She says, since we deleting comments, I will comment again with an exclamation mark. So she said, I will comment again. She said, bro, Pops told me that you didn't drink none of the tea I made for you. He also told me that you were taking all day when I specifically said no talking in all caps and only drink water and the special tea I made for you at 4 in the freaking morning. Caught! Exclamation. Right. If I had one wish, you would listen to your big sis sometimes, and especially for versus TV. But I'm not hot as shit. Lord have mercy, shaking my head. When I get off vocal rest, we are gonna have a serious conversation, and I'm gonna screenshot this comment in case you try to delete it again, and I will post again. Yo, that's
Brandy is telling niggas these days the fucks that I have to give are none. The fucks that Brandy has to give is none. It is 0 to none. She said the same shit to Jack Harlow, okay?
Yo, she made a song. Nigga, she made a song. She jumped on the track.
Bodied that nigga. And then this nigga has the audacity to do this. You ready? What the fuck is that?
You know what? I was going to take a sip of the mixed drink. I'm going to take a sip of the hard drink for that shit.
For y'all listening and y'all can't see it, please Google Ray J tattoo with Brandy because that shit is crazy. But what is this?
I ain't want to do that. I ain't want to do that.
What is that?
Sir?
What is that?
I didn't want to do that.
What is it?
Yo, that shit. Listen, let's analyze this picture real quick.
Okay, because I'm confused.
So if we talking Tekashi 6ix9ine meets Set It Off,
right? What the fuck? What is that?
Yo, that's scary. Yo, can you take that off the screen, bro?
I am. Yo, why does it look like that?
Weird. That's creepy as shit.
Why did it look like that, yo?
Hold up, real quick question.
Yes.
Is this streaming from your Facebook?
Yes.
All right, good. No, because I'm about to. Now that I know, I'm about to go on yours and send the link from yours to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that's how you was doing it.
Yeah. We'll eventually change that too, so we can. Because I got like 3. It's going from the Facebook, my personal Facebook, the regular Facebook, and the YouTube page.
No, either way, I'm just about to send it off. That's all.
Yeah.
Hold up.
But yes, was he on drugs? He was definitely. I feel like, first of all, people need to realize something about Ray J. What do you think he's not on drugs? Or at least drinking? And that was the problem with R&B. The R&B verses.
Yo said, look, this R&B.
It is R&B. Like, yo, I'm like, yo, why y'all big mad? Y'all sing. Let me tell you something. One of the best verses definitely had to be. Okay, well, it really wasn't the best. The best verse was the Lions and Dipset, hands down. But the Hot Uncle Sweaty Love with Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown, that's what you do. That's how you roll. If you
I've been seeing memes of this nigga Ray J, the little dance he was doing, the little shit he was doing. Yo, like, bro, if he don't look like if he literally don't look like somebody's uncle.
Yeah.
Like,
and then furthermore, how you going? First of all, fuck the vocal rest. How you gonna sing One Wish and hold your son at the same time? Why are you yelling in his little boy ear?
Wait. And not just sing One Wish, and sing One Wish horribly. It was so bad. That shit hurt to hear. Like, I was like, bro, look, baby boy probably was just like, I just want to go home.
Right.
Daddy, I just want to go home. I didn't ask for this, Daddy.
Let me tell you something.
No.
The kids these days, they be like, look, wrap this shit the fuck up. We about to unplug this shit like the Gap Band. Speaking of kids, yo, do you know who you got to keep your eye on as a child? That motherfucking Northwest.
Yeah, that shit's hilarious. I've been seeing
She
that.
played no fucking games with these paparazzis. None. That motherfucker said, stop. You ever, like, I mean, and she looks like her dad. That shit is fucking hilarious.
The funny thing was that I saw an interview with Kim, and she was saying that, hey, yeah, so, that's just how North is. She really has a lot of traits of her father.
Do you think?
And she was like, she has a lot of traits with Kanye, especially with she's willing to say whatever's on her mind, no matter who it will offend. She's gonna say it. I was like, I mean, bro, she's a child. Like, people don't understand it. Like, yo, that's a child still. She's still a kid. Like, not every, like, bro, she probably really like, bro, this is creepy as hell. You got a bunch of like,
every time you come out your house, somebody is taking a fucking picture of you.
Like, how am I supposed to feel? Like, did you see, like, piggybacking off of that? I saw a video of Michael Jackson's daughter, and she was walking, like, I guess she was in the airport or something. She was just walking somewhere, and like, you could, she's running, like, bro, she was running from the paparazzis, like running, like, please leave me alone, please leave, like, that's, listen, I'm telling, I say this shit all the time, I want the money, I don't want the fame. Famous is the last thing I want to be, because with you not ready, I'm not ready to walk out somewhere and we're not doing that. Like, hell no. And I get to open firing on niggas, and they like, yo, he's crazy. TMZ. He open.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I think that people have gotten to this point of not. We don't have the veil anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, celebrity used to be there. There to some degree was a veil. Like, we have a lot of access these days. Right. Like, there's so much access. There's so many ways to touch you in, and we forget that they're people. So as people, they gonna be like, oh, bitch, I'm clapping back. I don't give a fuck. Like, everybody hate the fact that Cardi clapped back, but can you be but so mad at the girl? Like, she's still human.
See, and look, and I go back to say this all the time, as we've discussed a plethora of times. Like, that's why I refuse to be in that limelight ever. Ever. Right. I want to be the Timbaland, the Pharrell. You don't see these niggas ever. They are never. You do not, bro. You don't see them. No,
and even with that, that's a different category of celebrity. Like, yes, happens, yes, they have a level of visibility because we know them. Because back in the day, the producer used to just be the producer. You know what I'm saying? And so you didn't know. So it did change the spectrum of producer. But there are other people that are under the radar, like Brian Michael Cox. You know what I'm saying to you? Rodney Jerkins for a long time was underneath the radar. You know what I mean? Where you kind of knew who he was and was creating a sound. But even that now comes with its own stipulations. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even being in the limelight like that comes with its own stipulations.
And I don't want no parts of it. And now, look, one thing I do understand is that what's gonna happen is that you're gonna look, you know, even if it's random, even if it's for like a second, you're gonna eventually pop up one day in the camera or some shit like that. But I'm okay with it being just to that extent. Like, you're not ready. Ain't gonna be no TMZ post. Ain't gonna be no hot. Ain't gonna be no the Shade Room. No World Star. None of that of me, because and I realized something as well. What that come down to as well is like the level of accessibility you already have with the world that you allow people to even gain to you. And you gotta think about.
You know what? It's funny that you say that. Sorry to cut you off, but you made me think about something too. You know who was originally like that too, under that category? Stevie J. Because at one point, Stevie J was only on the Hitmaker Squad. And nobody knew. Like, yo, you don't even realize that Stevie J had a hand in the Benjamins. You know what I'm saying?
He had a hand in a lot of shit, actually.
Right. A lot of music. Like, he was big into that. It wasn't until Love and Hip Hop and all his messy shit happened, you know what I'm saying to you, where I don't know if he needed a check. I ain't saying that he needed a check. I'm just saying, or he wanted to gain notoriety and popularity. That was when that became that. But being in the beginning stages of the craft and under the craft, he definitely, like, most definitely was in that moment. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing that sucks. It's like, that sucks, yo. Because it's like, if you like, I feel like that's a sellout, personally.
True.
That's a sellout. Like, and you know, everybody take it how they take it, but it's like, that's a sellout. Because to me, it's like, that's the problem today, and especially with us, with our people, is that they willing to sell out for $1. Like, damn, yo, I just need a couple of $. So I don't know if you heard about this. You heard? Look, apparently, is this Shad? That's how his name is pronounced. Shad Moss, Shad or Shad?
Oh. Shad.
It's Shad.
I think it's Shad.
Lil Bow Wow. All right.
I was about to say, they just don't know.
Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow. This you probably never hear this shit, but if you do, I meant every word I'm about to say.
Oh Lord.
Lil Bow Wow, from the bottom of my heart, as being a producer who has literally experienced things that I'm more than sure you've never had to experience. Motherfucker, it's not okay to be out here scamming people, especially your own people. And that shit is not okay.
Let me tell you something. I feel like you've been more in the ratchet and ridiculous bag than I have. Because when did this happen?
You're like, wait. Right. I just thought about that. You like, wait, nigga, what? Huh?
What am I missing?
Bro, this nigga Bow Wow, Bow Wow, bro, he pulled one of them. You know, so with me, I'm always in the looking at the. You know, what's funny is this: I'm always following producers and shit like that,
right.
And they reveal all of this shit. These grimy ass rappers and celebrities do, bro. This nigga Shad Bow Wow Bow Wow. What's not okay is scamming your own people, bro, for $1,000. You need $1,000. That now, don't get me wrong, a scam is a scam, and if you scam 1,000 people, you have 3 times 1,000 followers, more than that. If you get 1,000 people to send you $1,000, you could easily make $300,000. You know, like, you can easily do that. Right. But it's not that don't make it okay. Like, he scammed like, it's a chick who's a local artist and shit. She got her own little business and shit like that. She basically has her own business. She has a truck. I guess she does like mowing lawns or whatever she does. However, he contacted her and said, "Listen, you know, I'm let's do some work, blah blah blah. I'm gonna put you on this playlist." Got her. I'm gonna put you on this playlist.
Not a playlist.
Like you're gonna get plays, blah blah. But I'm also gonna put you on a compilation mixtape. It's gonna be a bunch of y'all artists, blah blah. But there's a cost, and the cost is $1,000. Bro, she obviously sent the bread to him. Then she made a video like, listen, that shit ain't okay. Like, you down that bad that you would ride, you was like, you would do that, you would scam me. Like, you know, just give me my money back, blah blah. So apparently this nigga DM'd her back and said, can you like take that video down? So you gonna steal from me? That's like saying, yeah, yo, look, I know I stole everything you got, but don't you tell the police. Like, no, that statement, don't write that statement. I know I stole it. I know I stole it, and you're not getting it back, but don't write that statement.
Well, here's the thing. And here's the thing. This is fuck niggaology 101. Okay.
Hold up.
Oh, we gonna go there. This is we're not gonna do that for this episode, but we are gonna touch on it. But that is fuck niggaology 101. Okay. So basically, it is, I know I've done something wrong. Let me deflect and make you feel like you have done something wrong. No, absolutely not. Give that girl her money. Because first of all, ma'am, this is Shaw, okay? Now you confused this motherfucker out, this bitch. When the last time you done heard I won't even disrespect that man. When the last time you heard a Bow Wow song? I won't even put the little in front of it. When you done heard a Bow Wow song?
Now, as I was watching this video, listen, you know, we, the Kickstand Podcast, are very, very big on
accountability.
Accountability. You do your shit, stand 10 toes down.
Now listen, there's no way in hell on God's green earth, not the God I serve, that Bow Wow is going to inbox me on Instagram and try to get $1,000.
I'm immediately clicking off of the shit.
Sir, no, I'm sending big laughing emojis.
Not from the same nigga that also has now given you the Bow Wow challenge.
You're going to tell me. So her thing was this. And I look, I do understand. She like, well, he a celebrity. She's like, she was thinking like, okay, look, he got this many followers. People know who he is. No, ma'am. Listen. That's still that's still Bow Wow. And Bow Wow ain't put shit out in a decade that makes sense.
Not one thing. So musically, I mean, yes, does he have connections?
Feature or connect? Okay, he can have connections, but who the fuck? Niggas is definitely, Bow Wow is not getting free features. I can promise you that. Niggas is probably easily like, yeah, that's gonna cost this much, sir. Like, no, like,
because who is gonna be excited about a Bow Wow feature?
How do I tell my homeboys that's real music hip hop heads? That's cool. I know if I came to you, you would pick me up. You like, yo, that's what's up, bro. You got a Bow Wow feature, but I know you would easily be like,
pause. I would not. The devil, I would not big you up. I would be very mad and upset with you for it. I would be like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
No, I feel like you would pick me up in the sense of, yo, good shit. You got your first placement with an actual celebrity, blah blah.
Right.
But
right.
I know already. You would be like, so let's talk about this. Nigga, Bow Wow, like you would be like, so nigga, Bow Wow, you couldn't con that nigga into getting you a feature from someone else.
Like you couldn't con that nigga to giving you a feature with Snoop, because that would have been. Let me tell you something. Everybody loves Snoop. Snoop is everywhere.
I would easily do work with Snoop.
Snoop is in the motherfucking metaverse.
I just don't feel like Bow Wow is like Like what? Like, bro, you scamming for a stack per person. So your streams ain't doing good. Whatever you got going on ain't doing that good.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
put in the comments below how you feel about Bow Wow, because I don't.
Put in the comments below, are you accepting a Bow Wow feature? Or wait, are you paying for a Bow Wow feature? That's how it comes down. That's
and don't disrespect to that young lady, because many up and coming artists do the same thing all the time, and it just, I understand y'all got to try to feed y'all family, but not off of the back of people like that.
Comment: are you paying your hard-earned sweat and blood and tears money for a shot Bow Wow feature?
No, absolutely not.
For a Bow Wow Moss feature.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
I can't get the nigga first name pronounced correctly. So Bow Moss. That nigga name is Wild Moss. Bow Moss.
Wild Moss,
nigga. If you
I'm
pay
not
for
doing
Wild
this.
Moss,
I am not doing this with you tonight. I am not.
I mean, tell me.
We will. I'm not doing it. So
I'm not.
As we just randomly ran into the ratchet and ridiculous corner, which I have no idea how we got here. I don't even know how we got here. Where I'm like, oh, that happened? Okay. I mean, I had topics, but shit, go ahead. But I think it's great because we've been gone for so long. There is so much that we
real quick, if you're able to tag me, actually tag me in the actual live so I can share it, because I'm sending it off to people, but not everybody I know obviously have you as a friend.
Right. So, well, you know what we should do? I love how we do things on the fly here at the Kickstand Podcast.
Yeah, come on, y'all niggas better be used to this shit. I ain't
right. It is. I'm gonna actually send you the YouTube channel. How about that? But yeah, no, I'm like, I don't know how we got here.
Right.
But if you want to talk about fuck nigga shit, we can talk about that Kevin Samuels shit.
Bruh, I don't even know who the fuck Kevin Samuels is.
Exactly. That's the whole point. So so to break it down in the grand scheme of things, he is like he passed. He was like a life coach, relationship therapist situation. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
He was like the captain leader of the fuck niggas. Okay. And that's not how he started off. But I'm gonna tell you the funniest shit that I heard in all of that, and I have to reiterate. When that motherfucking T.I. said, because there were so many people when he died, it was like, well, good for him. Because mind you, in the midst of him doing what he was doing, he was also tearing down black women in a certain kind of way. So, and anybody can debate me and fight me on that, I still feel the same way I feel about it. Like the nigga, it was like, but because he was talking about like having a high value woman, but never really speaking about how you as a high value man and shit, just whatever. And I'll be honest with you, I'm paraphrasing because I couldn't watch it because it didn't serve its purpose. Like, we as black people can't continue to demolish each other and then think it's okay.
Yeah, that's why all that shit goofy to me, honestly.
Right. And so that's why I'm like, yo, I ain't got no love for you, feel me? So, but the thing that threw me and set me all the way the fuck up here was when that motherfucking T.I. had the audacity to open his rabbit ass mouth and be like, that is a miscarriage of justice the way that y'all are talking about what's Kevin Samuels.
Listen, what I'll say is this. The last thing T.I. need to be talking about is any other topic than his motherfucking what's the nigga from Wild Thornberries, Johnny?
Mm-hmm.
Like Rumble? That's
you talking about his son's situation? Oh, that's horrible.
He like, shit with the DVD, shit with the DVD. That's exactly what his son sound like.
That's what he looked like.
Like literally, like, yo, your child was literally like, your child was like comfortably. That shit just wild. Like your child was comfortably like, oh well, like you stuck up for that disgusting ass act from your child that you actually like.
But are you surprised?
Then try to use big ass words like, sir, you just don't sound right using big words. Like
this is the thing. This is what I believe. I believe that T.I. look at the word, he look at the pronunciation, but the other little words that are underneath of it that are what we like to call the definition. Oh, he throw that shit out the window. He throw that shit out the window because that does not compute for him. Nigga, really use the term a miscarriage of justice because people are talking about a fuck nigga. Sir, pull it back.
Wait, what? So what we got coming? Fuck nigga part what? How many episodes?
5? I think it's gonna be 5. I'm trying to tell you what. I'm about to do my fuck nigga research.
Wait, didn't we do like a part? Didn't we do like an episode? Like we did like 3 episodes on that, right?
We did. And the more you see it, the more you see it, the more you're like, it's still happening.
You know what I've realized about today's society is that the number one, morals don't exist. Let's start there. No one really cares, especially in that realm. Motherfuckers don't care to learn.
Yeah. I sent that to you too, by the way. Go ahead.
I got it. But to learn, motherfuckers now, they only care about arguing their point. Like the actual subject matter with the, hey, this is what we can get out of this, or this is what we can get from this. That don't matter no more. Now it's all about like, yo, no. I just want to say, I just want to get my point across, whether you even understand what I'm saying. You know, it's like, where's the, you know, I forgot who I was around, but somebody, it was an old head, Joe. Back then, you know, back in them days when I was like in the streets and shit heavy. And I remember hearing when 2 people talking, who listening?
You know who that was.
Who was that?
My downstairs neighbor.
Oh, Dwight said that. Yo, bro, for the longest time, I would tell people like, yo, for the longest time, I should be like, yo, an old head Joe used to tell me, yo, and I could never remember. Old head. Yes. Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, he'll find out. He gonna
be like, damn, OB, word.
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah,
that is exactly who said that shit. But yeah. But yeah, no, so it's really like it's crazy though. It's definitely crazy that fuck niggas roam free. And you fuck bitches too, because you're not exempt. These
y'all should just have like, they should separate the world with them and us.
Right. Because I don't have the energy, because we're gonna do a show on that too. So I have all my show topics already planned.
We still gotta wake up and go to work and some other shit. Like
I don't.
You think I got time to be a sucker ass? Like, you think I got time for that?
I do not.
Like, yeah, yo, you know, blah blah, this going on. All right, like, did you really donate your time to that? Like, sir,
right,
ma'am, like, this is what we do. Like,
so we're gonna get into the real ratchet and ridiculousness because it's been 40 minutes and because that was what it was supposed to be. I love it. I'm here for this. This show is going to be back to being lit, and I can't wait for the guests. Some old, some new. I can't wait. It is what it is. So, and then don't forget, y'all can always catch the playback on Picking Up with Young Smooth podcast. So make sure y'all check that out as well. We definitely appreciate it. But anyway, into the ratchet and ridiculous corner as it should be. What are you drinking? Is it Casamigos?
No, it's just a Casamigos cup. I got tequila in that bitch though.
Oh, okay.
It's just Casamigos.
Yes, I have not been. Yo, I haven't drank since the 4th. And prior to that, haven't drank before that either. It's been a thing. We're gonna talk about that journey a little bit towards the end too.
Well, I'm drinking for you today.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I'm covering you because normally we do it.
We do. We normally do it.
I'm gonna just cover you. I'm gonna cover you.
I appreciate it. I gotta get my body right. Maybe around the holidays I'll loosen up a little bit, but right now I got goals. So Chris Brown names Jay-Z, Big L, Biggie, and Tupac on his Mount Rushmore of rap. So social media was set ablaze last year with people debating on who should be on their Mount Rushmore of hip hop for the last decade. It seems as if the conversation is still lingering, as people are still debating on which 4 rappers should have their faces on the mountain. Okay, so we always do a top 5, of course, because that was our thing. But if you had to,
I'm ready to do this shit.
Okay,
I'm ready for this.
You know what? And I am not, for real. Like I've been thinking about this all week, and I really am not. But if you can have your top 4. And I already know 2 out of the top 4. For you.
Definitely already know. Yeah. So I've added. All right. So now I actually have a legitimate top 5 now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna stick on the Mount Rushmore. You have to eliminate one of those 5.
So, all right. So name me Chris Brown's Mount Rushmore.
So his was Jay-Z.
All right, you said
right.
Jay-Z.
Matter of fact, I know 3 out of your 4. How do you feel about that? Jay-Z, Big L, Biggie, and Tupac.
Jay-Z, Big L, Biggie. Jay-Z, Big L, Biggie, and Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4.
Right, because there's only 4 on the Mount Rushmore.
Oh, right.
Right, it's only 4. Yeah, 4.
I'm thinking top 5.
Right.
So number 1, Big Pun.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Jay-Z.
Shaq.
Number 3, Royce da 5'9". He is officially entered my top 3 because I don't care what anybody says. It's just real quick. What sucks is like. This is something that you always, you actually shit that you've recently said to me, like topics that we've talked about offline and shit. Mm-hmm. It's like like people remember you the last time they left you, type shit. And what I realized
this episode is about.
Right, and what's sad is like it's so many people who still. I ain't gonna say so many people who still, but. I'm guessing like a lot of shame Royce da 5'9" gets is because he was an alcoholic, and he was a big major alcoholic, and it's like, but he not no more. So it's like that shit's in the past. Like Royce is really top 3, number 3 Royce da 5'9". Now number 4 on some real shit, I'm gonna get that shit to Cole.
Okay.
I'm gonna get it to Cole, yo, and I do not listen to music. You gotta bring me music because you be bringing me music. So I don't be listening to music.
Yeah,
I've been listening to 95 South here and there, bro. I mean, off season shit, yo.
Yeah.
J. Cole is really just like different, yo. Like I don't know. And it's not, and I ain't saying that off of the hype because I'm a producer. Like we're real musicians here. We're actual music people. Like we don't go with the trend of what everybody else like. Like it would take a long time for me to come up with that judgment. J. Cole easily earns top 4 in my shit. Easily.
No, I definitely see that there's not a disagreement with Cole. I don't think that Cole's music for me is an everyday listen personally, but does not mean that it's not, because I remember when back in the day we was with Los or whatever, we was with Carlos, and I remember him saying to me, okay, I don't know if that was for me. Sorry, reading messages. My bad. We don't normally do that.
Bro, same here. I'm like, all right. right?
I'm sorry, but it was. I usually don't do that, but okay. Let me go ahead and put that on D&D too. Forgot to do that. How about that? So this is a Kickstand Podcast. What do you want from us? What was my name? Oh, okay. So yeah, I was talking about with Carlos about J. Cole when J. Cole first came out, and he was like, yo, he's so dope, he's ill, he's from North Carolina, da, 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 da. And I'm like, and I remember the story about like he sat in front of like Jay-Z's office and shit like that, and all the things. So for me, in trying to get into Cole in the beginning, I felt like he was a secret. Like there was no backstory for me to gravitate to. You feel me? Like I felt like other artists that came up had some type of story with them, had something that I was like, oh, I know how they hustle, I know how they got on, and and it could have been because I was getting older, and Cole just wasn't in my element, he wasn't in my bag.
Right.
But
I mean, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people like that.
But getting into it later on, and I think that honestly, truthfully, I think that happens with all the great artists. I would say Cole, Kendrick, Nicki. I'm not gonna say it a lot, but all of those artists, like those are the ones where I was like, I don't know, ain't nobody ready. What is this? But they took something so new and made it so great. So if you had to have my four, I have to agree somewhere within that are going to be Biggie. I am actually not gonna say Pop for real, because, and I'll tell you why in a second. So it's Biggie, Jay-Z, Wayne.
So Wayne, yeah,
Wayne.
That's
Wayne.
what. Who your fourth?
You know who my fourth is.
Nicki.
Of course. You know who my fourth is.
What's crazy is this. Me and Mike was just talking about Wayne, right? And I was like, Wayne easily enters my so for me, Wayne don't really have a place in my top 5 because he could be number 1, he could be number 3, Wayne is just we were just talking about that. I told Mike, I was like, yo, Wayne, he literally is the GOAT. That man, if we talking, listen, niggas look, you see niggas ain't tried versus battle him yet.
Wait a minute. That fuck shit. Like that could never happen.
That could
never. Mixtapes alone, my nigga. Mixtapes alone.
Bro.
And what I love about that is people fail to realize something. Do you realize this nigga was a millionaire at 16 years old and is only 39. I want to say 30, because I'm about to be 39. So he's 39 right now.
Bro, he literally, that's crazy. Like, he literally is, he the one artist right now in the world, in my opinion. I might be wrong because I'm only 28, but I grew up listening to Wayne. From what I know, Wayne is the only artist I've ever listened to. He has numerous heavy hitter features. Matter of fact, let's keep it real. Wayne only got heavy hitter features. Wayne don't even, and we're not counting like Jack Harlow, certain little people that's motherfuckers who like up and coming and little shit like that. Wayne, for the most part, he has nothing but heavy hitter features. He got a Jay feature, Nicki. He got don't he got a Beyonce feature? Yes, he got a B feature. Yeah, like he got heavy hitter features.
This is what I'm saying.
He deal with the heavy hitters, like
and then it's like you also have to look at, all right, so the way that I came out with my Mount Rushmore for what it was every one of those artists impacted culture. Every single one, and I won't exclude Nicki out of that conversation because we do that so frequently. Where it's like, what's your top 5? Every nigga alive is like, oh, this nigga, and it's not that they bad, but you can't sit here and tell me that, and I do this and I know this, and everybody be like, oh, here you go. But you cannot sit here and tell me that that girl is not culturally relevant,
right,
to what hip hop is and the way in which it has changed and manifested.
I mean, listen, if we talking, I mean, I totally agree. Personally, I mean,
and you talking about somebody who didn't fuck with her in the beginning,
right?
On the side, I was like, "Who this bitch?" I remember literally saying, "Who this bitch trying to be Kim?"
And it's funny, yo, because a lot of people would hear you now and wouldn't even know that you actually did like her at first.
Did not. I was, yo, the come up DVDs, and she was like, and she was doing like the jump off, and then she was out there doing warning, like it didn't hit my ear that this motherfucker, excuse how I'm gonna say this, my bitch is out here doing vocal gymnastics on you whores. Vocal gymnastics on you bitches.
And listen, we don't care for her singing because we know she can't really sing.
You know what?
So look, so we don't. This is the thing. It's a difference when it's like, all right, yo, we going like, no, yo, she trying a lot. No, like we've established that already. That hey, that's not her strong suit. Mm-hmm. But what we do know is her strong suit is the pen.
The pen. The pen is ridiculous. Like even right now on the We Go Up song with her and Fabio. Fabio is also running into my list in another list of top 5. Fabio Foreign. That nigga, yo, Fabio, Conway.
You know who the fuck you talking to, bro?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yo,
I'm gonna learn you. I'm gonna learn you all. Okay, I'm not.
You say wait. But I heard you say Conway.
Yes.
I mean Griselda is hard as shit.
Griselda
like,
period.
Griselda period. So I don't. We're not even gonna.
Benny the Butcher like.
I mean that's hip hop though. That's why.
That's what I love.
Yeah.
I love the bars.
You know what's crazy, yo? If you think about it, yo, Griselda probably the only group right now in the industry that's actually doing like that level of that era, that level. They're bringing that nostalgia. They're the only ones who probably doing that.
Yo,
ain't nobody rapping like that no more.
When I tell you in that last 3 years, and I think I said this somewhere else, in that last 3 years, I got I got 3. Count them 3, nigga. 3 good Nas albums.
Yeah.
I died.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm back.
Because the last Nas album we reviewed that on a show.
Because remember that was the same year that the Carter came out.
What was the name of that one?
It was called Nasir. It was his name.
Yeah. And we could boy, that's horrible.
That shit is horrible. All niggas remember is the cop shot the kid.
There. Yeah, because we actually said
it was
remember
after the show.
Before, I think we actually said like, yo, we're gonna listen to it. I was like,
bruh, it was bad. His whole situation with Hit Boy has changed the dynamic of the way you listen to Nas now. AZ came out with an amazing Do or Die 2 album. I was like, wow. I had the locks living off experience. I can listen to that shit from beginning to end. You feel me? My fucking Busta Rhymes album, I can listen to from beginning to fucking end. We've had that structure of MC, and Griselda do that. Griselda does that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I never think about Griselda. Yo, shout out to Griselda, yo, because I never think about Griselda, yo. That motherfucking beat selection, bro.
Ew. It is the illest fucking beat selection that I've heard in a long time.
You know another thing that's dope, yo? And you showed me this about with King's Disease 1 and 2. It's like Nas done up his ante on the beat selection, bro. Like,
bro.
But you know what's funny, yo? for years, I never understood what people meant when they would say like, yeah, yo, Nas got a horrible beat selection. Nas can't pick a beat to save his life. Nas can't get with the. But and what's crazy to me is like, you were Nas. You got Nas could easily get in the stew with a Tim, with a Pharrell, with a Dre, you know, with a Ninth Wonder, with like,
right.
And it's like, how don't you have a good beat selection? But I also now understand like there are literally artists who just are just like they just not like they don't got an ear where they can pick that. Where they can be like, you know what, yo, like you, I know because I know you, like, and not just know you, like I've been around you forever. I know that I can pull a beat out specifically and be like, yo, I know 100% I can play this for him, and he gonna be like, yo, send me that shit.
And it's funny because it's like you'll send me a beat, or no, even if you don't send me a beat, like you know, if I do the mumble shit, it's in the bag. You know what I'm saying to you? Like it's definitely in the bag. Like I know I've stepped away for a minute, but all of this resurgence is like it's coming to fruition. It's gonna be crazy.
It's time, bro. I'm trying to tell you, yo. Like I'm trying to tell you, and we right now in the best part of all this shit because it's like,
right.
Do your fucking music, yo. What's the excuse, nigga? Right.
I like it and enjoy it for that factor. But yeah, so as far as like the Mount Rushmore situation, before we wrap that part up, and I rather just gloat over Nicki instead of the other story that I was going to talk about. She has allegedly she killed the Essence festival. We did not get a chance to see it because Essence did some fuck shit. We'll also touch on Janet Jackson in a second because that shit was fucking awesome as well. And you have to go back and see it, and it's amazing. But I did see like clips from her UK situation where she's already out there touring. When I tell you again, this is when you are a cultural icon, when a whole arena is saying every word and rapping like you, every word, every fucking word. I was like, what? And they're in the UK. They are in the UK. She was killing it. She killed it. I do believe she's pregnant again, which is actually kind of making me a little upset.
Oh, shit.
I was like, yeah, she looked like she's a little bit. She's thicker now. She's thicker, and I'm like, I really don't want you to be pregnant right now. I need another album.
And you know, yo, I feel like that's the thing. I mean, I can't speak for myself. I mean, that's the difference. Like, you are a die-hard hip-hop crackhead.
I am.
So So you are. I mean, I don't know any other term to use. You are. Yeah. No, you are a hip-hop cokehead.
Yeah.
You do hard hip-hop coke.
Yeah.
No, wait. No.
Well, it's like the 80s. Inside joke. It's like the 80s again.
All right. This is definitely this is definitely New Jack City of hip hop.
Yeah, I do. I love it, and it's one of those things when it's one of those things like
For me, it's just different. You know, like obviously, you know, like me, I'm just so wrapped. I can't even say wrapped around. Like I really build off of just constantly hearing my sound and building off of my sound. So like. When I got like you or Jay, they're like, yo, you heard this shit? And I'd be like, no, I ain't heard it yet. Like, I gotta listen to it. I'm like, okay, I could, you know, some shit I won't appreciate, some shit I will appreciate, you know, like, you're in the books. You're always checking for like,
it's just never, it's been my thing. I think one of the reasons that hip hop is my thing for real is because we talked about this a couple times. My very first album that I bought with my own money was The Firm. It was was it 1999? It might have been. Was CD? Yeah, CDs was a lot back then. It was like 1999.
Nigga says, yeah, CDs was a lot back.
They was. You know, you had whole.
You can't even get them bitches. You know, you get them bitches for like $5, like $2. Right, exactly.
But and because of that, which was also produced by Dr. Dre. That whole album, it was one of those things where I fell in love with it, and I was like I loved hip hop prior to that, but I was primarily an R&B cat. But then I just kind of got into the reason why I love The Firm, and a lot of people don't particularly care for this album, but it is actually a very underrated album. It is a concept album that tells a whole story. It is like its own black gangster Scarface situation. And I'm listening to this album and I'm like, oh my God. And I to this day can listen to that album from beginning to end and not have it skip. And and it wasn't so many times that it was like that. But that was what made me. As a matter of fact, even the shirt I have on today, this is another reason why I fell in love. Because the Fugees, another reason that I fell in love with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, although that was not the question, but why did you fall in love with hip hop? But it is one of my main things. Like, I love it. I live for it. I live and breathe it. I love to rap it. And I like to do it because I think that my look, my sound, people don't expect me to bar up. But when I do,
nigga, they be highly confused. Like, this nigga know every word? Yes, nigga, right. Every word.
Yo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, it's so funny. So this what was it? It was the Saturday before the 4th of July, right? I went over my friend's house, right? Yeah, and Kevin and Sierra. I'm lying, like niggas need to not know who they are.
I don't know who they are.
Right, like so they had a friend over, and I think I told you this, but I'm saying this for the show. And her name is Hillary, and it was Hillary, and her husband's name is Sean. And when I tell you, me and Hillary are kindred spirits, okay? When I tell you I played songs and Hillary knew every word, and when I tell you every word, I was like, "Oh, you know me, you know me,
you know me."
And we just, we just click. I am that person though. Like, I like to, when I have a good time, not the reason why I can turn up like that, and especially with the females, is knowing female songs make females be around you, yo. I don't know why niggas don't understand that. Like, I know the guy songs, I know the hard songs too. But when I know a Onika verse, bitches be like, yeah.
I mean, but if we being honest about why that's the case, that's because like a lot of these niggas is so tied up with all this drill music and all this goofy ass shit. And listen. I can't listen, bro. I don't listen to none. I cannot listen to no female songs that's just my coochie this, blah blah blah. Like that,
right.
That shit makes my ears bleed.
Speaking of which, it's funny that you said it. Go ahead.
That shit make my ears bleed. I cannot hear that goofy ass shit. And they're like, "Oh well, niggas talk about this." Guess what, ma'am? I'm one of them that can't listen to that shit either.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I'm not just saying, hey, I don't want to hear that shit. By the way, I don't listen to that trap shit either. Like, that shit's garbage. It's just as garbage as that shit.
Yo, funny for you. Remember when we was at Fridays for your birthday?
Yeah. So
the girl that was sitting next to me, I had to prove a point to that ass. Danielle, right. I had to prove a point. I proved the point. I was like, yo, go back in Nicki's discography and tell me a song where she is specifically, throughout the whole song, only talking about her pussy, and I can only name one.
Cause my nigga, like, yo,
one.
Like, name another
and
female
barely even
artist.
that.
Name another female artist besides Nicki that came up in a camp like Nicki came up in.
Right.
And
the camp that still has all of the players, like Droopy Joe, a lot of them niggas are still there. In your money. We might only see the 4, but they did.
I mean, they the ones that's carrying the team.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't mean niggas ain't behind the scenes making plays.
Right.
You know, It's just, hey, look, one thing I've respected about Young Money is that what they understand is our heavy hitters, Drake, Nicki, Wayne. And we can't look
Drake, Nicki, Wayne, Tyga. Let's not. We gotta stop.
Tyga too. And Tyga has a whole nother completely different fan and audience and fan base than they even have.
West Coast, like, completely different.
They got him. And what's crazy is like You and Wayne, if look, we're gonna go right back, spin the bin back around to why Wayne the GOAT. Because Wayne, that's him. He's the boss. He got all of these niggas under him. Yo, you can't come on, bro. Wayne don't never gotta rap ever again. He don't ever have to. He don't gotta rap. He don't gotta do a feature. He don't gotta do anything ever. At this point, I remember he said it in the interview. He does music because he just loves. It's a passion, yo. I go back and tell niggas that, yo. My man was telling me the other day, he was like, look, you can actually do this, with the music and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, it's a passion for me. I don't care about the dollar amount. I'm gonna make a beat. I was making beats homeless, nigga, and I'm gonna still make beats. I was making beats without making $1.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny that you say that because let's go into that because that is the topic for today. So the topic of today is where I am is not where I was. Okay, and I'm going to share my story on that first, and then you can go ahead and share yours. So first and foremost, where I am is not where I was. I was fat. So fuck that, okay? Because ain't nobody said nothing, okay? Fuck. I've looked at the motherfucking videos from last year shit. Y'all niggas ain't said shit. I was fat.
Niggas say, look,
hurt.
PSA. Niggas say PSA.
I was obese.
Nigga, I was fuck that. I was fat and I knew it. I know it now. You feel me? When I tell you, okay, so my new dedication has been I wanted to change a couple of things in my life. Okay. I wanted to get on a health kick of some sort. And I did it off and on, and I really have done it off and on because I originally lost the 35 pounds within 2021 and then, maintained it. Okay, cool. That's great. But now it's about kind of pushing the envelope and pushing it further. So I was like, yo, what would it look like if I worked out 2 or 3 times out of the week? Okay, right. That's one thing. I was like, all right, what would it be if it's 3 to 4 times out of the week? You know what I'm saying? And now I'm almost pushing 5. I recently, in the last 2 or 3 days, when I don't, I really actually start to get upset at myself. What the fuck are you doing? Because I'm really doing it. So my reasoning for working out like that was because I was looking as a husband and seeing my wife not be in the best of shape or not be in the best of feeling great about herself. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be the person. Because what niggas do, what fuck niggas do is it's always, man, you just do this and you just do that. Because you already point the finger. Because you want to find a slick ass way out of whatever you in. So my goal was, how do I make her better? And the way that I make her better is to transform me into being a better me, because I can't be a better husband.
Hold up.
Ding, ding, ding.
I don't think niggas get that. You do know,
you need me to say it.
All right, one more time. Yeah, say this again.
So in order for my wife to be better, I had to be a better me. I had to be a better husband. So it was, hey babe, I'm working out. I'm downstairs. I don't even go to the gym. Let me be clear. We still got Rona out this bitch. I ain't about I gotta be in niggas' faces all day, but I'm definitely not about that sweat on some shit I'm not. So blessedly, we definitely had that. I started looking at workout exercises from other people on Instagram. I listened to a podcast called The Friend Zone and ended up doing Grow with Joe. So shout out to Grow with Joe, because I think she's awesome. Phenomenal.
You see the smile, nigga?
Right. Let me tell you something. And you know why, but let me tell you something. That motherfucker had me in this bitch doing the goddamn Britney Spears toxic and shit. Okay? And it was the biggest sweat that I had in my life. And I continue to utilize it. And I'm like, yo, what's my next level? I am not where I was last year. I am not where I'm going to be next year, but I'm going to get there, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga, do you know who you're talking to?
No, I do, but it's not just for
nigga,
you.
what?
It's not just for you.
I was like, nigga, that's the epitome of my life.
Right. But then on top of all of that, I was like, you know, I had bumps and bruises in the last year alone. That I'm just like, you know, between job loss, between my car getting fucked up by a goddamn deer, I had PTSD from these motherfucking deers.
Shorty, that was
ridiculous.
a whole thing.
And on top of that, you gotta think about it. We in the middle of a pandemic. I had a brand new 2021, and it's not brand new at this point, but I have a 2021 Nissan Rogue, and I'm like, oh, real quick, it's a whole deer running into it. Oh, right now. Oh, and they could not get parts for the vehicle. We are still in a pandemic where we have shipping issues. We can't even get fucking Infamil for these babies. Y'all out here being fuck niggas. Anyway, so I say that when I tell you all the time, I'm like, yo, people only remember you with the last place that they left you. Mm-hmm. And the last place that you left me was fat. I am not.
Yo,
I was like, yo, I am not. I am still Troy at the end of the motherfucking day.
Yeah, yo.
Nigga,
I was fat, nigga.
I will not.
Fat, nigga.
I will
fat,
not.
Nigga.
Okay. You see these motherfucking cheekbones? I will not. And
nigga, I got a neck. Nigga, you know how I feel?
This is crazy. So
nigga said what?
Yo,
huh?
It's crazy. So in the same vein, it was like, okay, now that I've worked out, I was working out. Okay, I was a fucking nigga. I was working out and trying to smoke a cigarette at the same fucking time. Bitch, I don't know how the fuck the shit works. I was dying. I said, this is some bullshit. I cannot.
Stamina fucked up. Stamina can't even last. You're like, damn.
Crazy. Do you know recently this week I just did 4 miles, 4.46 miles, because I'm gonna give all my shit. 4.46 miles. Then on top of that, I feel even better with no inflammatory shit because I've gotten rid of red meat. I've gotten rid of pork for the last year and some change. You know, so like slow, gradual changes. No, am I out here looking like a fucking bodybuilder? No. But am I looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy out this bitch neither? So if where I am is not where I was. I am not. I am not. Absolutely the fuck not. So I'm in such a better space. And on top of that, I'm in a better headspace. I'm also sleeping better. You know, a couple of other good things can change. I'm not saying that to y'all right now. but
that's some wild ass shit, bro. You need to relax.
I'm telling you, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. But it's just so great to be. Right. Love drink jams. It's so great to be in such a beautiful headspace to continue to do it. And for a minute, and what I have to address is the reason that I stopped doing this was because it wasn't fun without you. That's number one, hands down. It wasn't fun without you. Let's start there. Number two, it became stressful to a point where it was like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't give a fuck. I felt like, what was the point? We were doing it for X amount of years. I just felt like what it wasn't working. But what I realized is that sometimes you have to take a step back. Mm-hmm. Because if I get another motherfucking DM about when is the Kickstand Podcast coming back, bitches back, where y'all at? I'm just saying. So that's where I've come from. And what people don't know is where you have come from. What people don't know when we did this motherfucking show in the beginning, people don't know where you have come from. I am not going to tell your story, and I was not going to, but you will.
Listen, man. Man, listen, that's one of them shits where it's like, where do I start type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? That's when you be like, yo, damn, yo, where do I start? You feel me? Where do I start? You feel me? Like, how do I start this conversation? Because there's a lot of people who have literally zero idea of some shit like this. You feel me?
Right.
But like, for me, it's more so about the journey. It's a lot. Like, hold up, real fast. Let me post our shit up real quick.
Yeah.
I'm putting our shit on the IG real quick. Hold up.
Because I think your story in total, in its totality, is important.
Oh yeah, especially for individuals that don't even fucking know me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because obviously, like a lot of people just don't know. Like, oh wow, you went through this, like,
Mm-hmm.
like damn, you like, yeah, motherfucker, me, like, you know, like, yes, me, like, yeah, I understand, like, you know, a lot of people have actually seen like me in the studio and, you know, doing my videos and shit like that, but a lot of people literally have not seen, I mean, nigga, dozing off mid-show.
Oh, there's one person that we know that knows that because that was their interview. But yes, there's one person.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Who?
Wintress.
That happened?
Yes. That passion is my everything. If you listen closely, you hear me go like, they're trying to get your attention while we talking and shit. And Wintress had this look on her face like, is this nigga on crack? I'm like, look, I'll explain that later.
Hey, yo, hold up. I just hit Grover Joe. I sent her the shit real quick.
Okay. I'll find the snippet piece and we'll go over that too. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. But so for the I'm sorry, I'm tied up. See, yo, nigga be tied up now.
When you book the busy. It's like,
Really booked and busy out this bitch. So
right.
if individuals don't know who I am, I'm OB Obstacle Beats. Obviously, you see the name and shit like that. You feel me? You know, one half of the kickstand. The tech goat.
Gang. That's true.
The technological goat. You feel me?
That's true.
But what people don't know is how exactly this shit started.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, there's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs. Shit, I ain't gonna lie, majority of this journey was downs. And technically, if we technically speaking,
in the beginning,
you know,
in
the beginning, you feel me? There's just a lot of shit was going on at one time, and obviously too much for me to bear. You know, I ain't gonna get into super detail. You don't. I ain't giving niggas like visual pictures of shit I had to go through, right? but you know, I've definitely still doing this shit, homeless, all that shit, really actually grinding, and it's funny, that's a word that get thrown around a lot. That word and the phrase got it out the mud. I hear niggas say that shit all the time. Yo, I got it out the mud, we got out the mud, and it's like, what's your definition of really getting it out the mud? Because I can tell you a horror story of getting it out the mud. Right. You feel me? I can give you a visual picture. I can verbally show you some shit and let you think about, like, damn, it was like that. Yes, nigga, it was like that. You feel me? But still being able to have. What's amazing is this, and this is what I always like now, being at the point that I am in life. It's like where I gotta give my thanks to the Lord, because the network that I've built, even in those tribal times, the network that I built was still strong enough for me to sustain through all of it. You feel me?
All of it.
Let's be real. Like, if we be honest, yo, I really could have been one of them niggas who used my struggles as a scapegoat to get. I could have not even scapegoat. I could have used it as a crutch. I could have used it as a con.
And many do.
And I could have really used it like, damn, yo, look, man, I just ain't got nothing, bro. I really could have really been out here outside panhandling all day, yo. Hey, you got $1? Hey, anything helps. That's some shit I never did.
Mm-hmm.
My play, what you not catching Alvin as is on the side of, on the road,
Right.
nothing. You feel me? Like, hey, nigga, I remember one thing that actually was low key, somewhat embarrassing, but humbled the shit out of me. I'm a sneaker nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big, huge sneaker groups in Baltimore that I'm a part of and very well known in, I made a public post in there like, listen, I am homeless. I don't got shit right now. I'm willing to work. Like, whatever you got, like, yo, you need something done. I just need some money right now. And I never broadcasted anywhere else but that group.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally made a post like, listen, man, whatever helps, like, listen, let me know what jobs you got. Let me know what odd jobs you got. I'm willing to cut grass. I'm willing to, look, you need something, your car cleaned out, whatever. I was like, yo, whatever you need done, I'm willing to work for it. Yo, I had a dude hit me up, right? And what's amazing is this. No one shamed me. No one laughed at me. Nothing. Right. Niggas was like, yo, I commend you for even being confident enough to say that shit in the group.
Right.
Knowing that, you're in a group. This is the world we're dealing with. People are savage. People are disrespectful. The world has no morals no more. And it's like, I was like, look, yo, I need help. And that's one thing, a part of the scriptures. Like, it's prideful. Pride is a bad thing to have, because it's prideful when you be like, yeah, no, I don't need nobody for nothing. I do everything myself. That's pride, and you sound dumb. You sound dumb, because at the end of the day, it's humbling to ask, knowing that you actually need it. You actually need help. You are a fucking living proof of that, because you can literally testify to that. Like, look, nigga, look. The only time I ever asked for $1 was when I was like, look, yo, I actually, and I still don't even do that unless I actually need it.
Right.
No, at that time, bro, I'm hungry, bro. I just need something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want nothing from you, bro. I don't want no bread from you. I'm just hungry. Like, nigga, I'm just hungry. There literally was no other explanation besides that. I ain't never say like, oh, well, I need. It's just like, yo, bro, I'm hungry. Like, nigga, I'm just hungry, yo. I'm just hungry. Like, that's as simple as it was. And what I understand, what I realize now is that where I am now, and I meet people today, and I actually get to tell them this story, and they be like, really? Like, you don't strike me as the type that would have had to. Well, I get why, because nigga, I don't show that here. You feel me? Look, I wake up and I get to that shit. Simple as that. You feel me? It could be a lot of shit going on. But at the end of the day, this show got to go on one way or another. That's how that shit was when we started this shit. Nigga, like, look, nigga, I'm ready to pick you up from wherever you at. Look, I could be downtown at somebody's house. Or, yo, we got a show to do, nigga. I'm ready to scoop you. Like,
and I did that shit in that Charger.
And you did in that motherfucker, nigga, in the winter.
In the winter.
No 4-wheel drive. Niggas are slipping and sliding. Nigga, I don't think we
you got there. And I was actually coming all the way from PG County at one point. Like, when we first started this shit. And I was like, you know what? Like, I am going to make sure that you okay. Like, that was always going to be my goal. Like, I was always going to make sure that you was okay. I was like, yo, no matter what happens, you got to be okay. You got to be okay for you, and you got to be okay for me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying to you? And I was like, I know you're going to go through it. I know you're going to hustle, and you did. And then when you fast forward to everything else that's happened, like, bruh, you fucking beast moding your whole rest of your life right now.
Sure, you big beast.
Like, you beast moding the shit out your life right now within a total of 6 months. A total of 6 months. So when it comes to like excuses and shit, I don't hear that from other niggas. I don't feel that from other niggas. When I watch a motherfucker grind with me for 4 years, allowed me to do my own thing for a year. And let's be clear, the reason that happened was two reasons. One, we had a misunderstanding, and two, the fucking pandemic. But within all of that, we was like, yo, we made it happen. But there were no excuses. Even when there were times when I didn't feel like doing this shit, I could look over to you and be like, yo, I got you. And you gave me enough energy to do it. And that's why where you are is never where you just gonna be. You never just gonna be there. You never just gonna be in one spot. You never gonna be at just a pivotal point of just being at the bottom.
Yep. Because that's what I say this right now. I wish a nigga would come to me making excuses.
Excuses are for losers. And who?
Listen, listen. You can't tell me you ain't got no money because I ain't had no money.
Right.
You can't tell me you like, yo, I ain't got nowhere to stay. Blah, blah. I ain't had nowhere to stay.
Right.
You can't tell me, damn, yo, ain't nothing hiring. Nigga, I was working at IHOP. I got a job at Amazon. Like, and look, and I obviously ain't working there.
I forgot about that shit.
You remember, bro? I was at
I
IHOP,
took you to all those places.
You took me to my jobs. Like, oh, let me tell you work. Like, nigga, like you can't tell me shit right now. Like, and I say that in the most humble and fucking flexing way I can, my nigga. Simple as that. Because where I came from and where I'm at right now, I wish a nigga would come to me making excuses. Bro, you are full of shit. I'm gonna look at you immediately like that. Because I alone could point you into the direction of 10 jobs right now that's hiring. Guaranteed. Right. So for you to sit in my face and tell me, nah, yo, I can't, no, you making excuses, nigga. You want the easy way out.
And look, I'll be honest with you. Everybody ain't got a Troy.
Yeah, that's facts.
Everybody ain't got a Troy. it just is what
but guess what? Something else, I can rebuttal that. A lot of people don't got a Troy because a lot of people burn bridges. That's why niggas don't got a Troy. So that's another thing. So it's like at the end of the day, one thing I didn't do was burn my bridges.
You did not.
Have I burned bridges before? Yes. Stupid shit, misunderstandings, misconception, all that. Yeah. But where I am now, you would never think I got the network and connections I got now coming from the lifestyle I lived.
Right.
I was able to, nigga, for example, when I was living at McDonald's, guess what? I got so cool with the entire day and night shift. Every time I went in that bitch at night to be able to just sit in there because I had nowhere to go, I guaranteed had food. Guaranteed.
Right.
The manager himself, I guarantee always had food. I ain't never to worry about, all right, even if it's a day where it's like, all right, Joe, I know today I probably eat, like, say, for example, like you will probably take me to Royal Farms. I'll probably get some chicken during the daytime. I'll have something to drink already. By the time I get to McDonald's, I'm like, all right, I'm at McDonald's now. I guarantee got food. In the event I get hungry for the rest of the night, I got food. Guaranteed.
Right.
And I ain't got to pay a dime for it. You feel me? You build. People don't understand that, and that's what don't exist no more, yo. Is the art of networking. You don't gotta a nigga not going. Niggas ain't gonna do for you just because it's like, oh yeah, yo. I'm looking at you like, damn, yo. You ain't got shit, so I ain't fucking with you. No, it's called just being genuine. Like, hey, I'm looking at this man and it's like, yo, he just you just being genuine. Like, yo, that's just you. I respect you. You feel me? Like, hey, man, all this that's how they looked at me in McDonald's. All this man want to do is just sit here, make his beats, and fucking go to sleep.
Right.
He ain't bothering nobody. He ain't being disrespectful. He not out this bitch like fighting nobody. He is literally just in his zone. He making this music. He ain't got nowhere to go. We got him. That's how I looked at, yo. Yeah. And when you build that in certain places, yo, people don't, motherfuckers respect you for that. It's like, listen, I know a lot of fronting ass niggas, yo. And what I don't respect is a fronting ass nigga, and we don't respect fronting ass nigga.
We do not.
Be yourself. Be yourself.
Be who you are. Be who you are, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be who you are. You feel what I'm saying? But one of the things that I will say in that up and down situation, the main up was you graduating. And
that completely I didn't see. Look, I don't already skipped ahead of that shit. Like
right, that's what I'm saying. This is why you have a Troy to hold up a ball game over this bitch. You feel me? But you graduating for me was so pivotal to watch you succeed, to the point of coming to get you from class. You feel what I'm saying to you?
What you literally done.
I did it, and I did those things without asking and without question, because his thing, it wasn't a tick for tack or anything of that nature. But at the end of the day, when I needed you, you showed face. You showed up. You showed up and showed out every motherfucking time, and it never failed.
Yep.
You did that shit every time, no questions asked. Homeless, nothing to eat, all of that. We rolled out together. And when I look back on them days, I look back at them so fucking fondly. And them days, we're not talking like they years away, but we are.
That was 5 years ago, bro.
You
that was not far. Like that was not long ago.
Yo, when I tell you the level of, and I'm going to say it on this particular episode now, the level of pride that I had that day that you graduated was like if it was my own child.
Yeah, I know.
the day that you graduated and Alvin had to do the valedictorian speech.
Yeah, yo, nigga, stop playing with me, nigga. I was a keynote speaker.
You were a keynote speaker for your college,
nigga. Niggas, yo.
When I tell you, the shit that took me was how we ended every show. And the fact that he used that in his graduation speech. When I tell you, call me what you will, but I was in full-fledged tears, because what that was a wink and a nod to me in the audience, and nobody else understood that.
No one.
No one else under. It was the moment of me sitting there already being like, yo, I'm so fucking proud of you. And the kicker and the ending part of all of that had me in tears, like, bruh, nobody knows that but me and you, and probably all those listeners, you feel me? But nobody knew that in that moment but me. And for someone to throw a wink and a nod that you're watching them go through and understand that they was going through some shit at the time, and now they're succeeding, you can't help but get the fuck emotional. And then in that same day, you asked me, you was like, oh, can we do X, Y, Z? I said, nigga, it's your day.
This is nigga, yo, that's funny.
Mean, bro.
Yo, you was like, nigga, this is nigga, we are doing whatever you, nigga, what do you want to do? Nigga, that's what we want. Exactly. Hey, that's and look, and I say it once, I say that shit again. Like, you know how mind-boggling it was to go in front of that crowd of hundreds of people and do that speech, knowing like, damn, yo, not too long ago, nigga, I was homeless as shit, nigga, sleeping in a restaurant. Like, you feel me? Now I'm on stage, you know, and I gotta shout my nigga Jay out, yo, because at the end of the day, yo, on some G shit, that man hounded me, bro. This is for you, yo. You actually do this IT shit. I don't. Yo, please come to school. Please do this. Yo, I already told him about you. I was really like playing games, like, no, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. And then one day, yo, the Lord just really put that in me, like, man, take your ass to the school and see, you feel me? Like, and here we are. So let's talk accolades now. You feel me? Now we're talking. Now we're talking progression. Now you feel me? Now where we at? Let's see. In 6 months, I done got.
I can't with the 6 months. That shit is crazy. Go ahead.
6 months. six months. This show you 6 months. In 6 months, January got my apartment. February got a new job. April got a raise. And me and my brother got our own studio. That's not the house. That's a whole nother building.
6. 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
Stop playing with me, yo. Like
6 months, yo.
So that's why you cannot come to me and talk hustle. You can't come to me and talk, yo, I can't do this, I can't do that. Bullshit. No, you know what?
Bullshit.
You don't want to do it. You want to keep doing what you're doing. That's how I
want it handed to you.
One or the other.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh.
This nigga, not look, even and look, shout out to my nigga Empire too. At a certain point in time in my life, a lot of shit was handed to me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't handed to me on that scale. It was handed to me because I still work for it.
That's what I'm saying.
You
That's
know
what
I can't even say it was handed. I still worked. I still worked for it.
Still worked. You still worked for it in so many ways, between being the co-DJ, being the roadie, working with him, working with me, and you still did it. And what you, I think what people fail to realize is that you also in turn blessed everyone that was around you, because everyone benefited from that. Like, I benefited from being able to walk into rooms that I wouldn't have normally felt comfortable with, because you already comfortable. You already in that bitch. You already out there. Nigga, I'm not going to now just play the background because my nigga out here. That ain't even in my spirit.
Right. Yep,
you know what I'm saying? So, like, on some real G shit, just because you were in a situation where you were, doesn't mean that what you were doing wasn't affecting everyone that was around you.
Yep, facts.
Good, bad, and indifferent. You feel what I'm saying to you? So I honestly love, appreciate you, respect you for all of that. I'm glad to be back. Like this shit, I'm just glad to be back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is great. This shit is great. It is awesome and it is amazing. And you know what? On that note, we should actually wrap this shit up, and we should wrap it up the old school way. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that shit. Fear. False evidence appearing real. It is only real in your mind if you make it that way. And we used to big up all the rest of the guests, but look at these two niggas right here. We took something and did something that we had no idea what the fuck we was doing. We still don't know what. Hello. We still don't know what we're doing.
Niggas definitely did. Look, niggas definitely did a whole test. Everything before that. This just started
right. Literally, he was like, yo, okay, let's test this. Does this work? How do we do this? Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, down to the point where we also invested in ourselves. The logo that you see at the top, that was my one from the whole pandemic situation. You feel me? I appreciate it. He made me look small because I was fat. It's fat. I like it. But and then the new one that's behind it, the Kickstand one, I wanted to return with my nigga with something different. As a matter of fact, speaking of which, offline, we got to talk about some other business stuff about that too. But we made this happen, and I don't give a fuck if it's only a small amount of people that watch it. I don't give a fuck if the numbers continue to go and they skyrocket. Those motherfuckers that have been down from day one, I appreciate it with all of my heart. You know what I'm saying? And this man that's to my side right here, I 100% appreciate him. I can't do this without you. I appreciate you.
Hey, nigga, we out this bitch. Look, all y'all niggas that's hating, all y'all suck ass niggas, all y'all fuck niggas that's out here being fuck niggas, being goofies, being gumps, being simps. Guess what? There's a place for y'all. And guess what? It ain't with the real. I promise you that shit.
But anyway, I have been your host, Young Smooth.
I'm OB.
And this is the Kickstand Podcast. Back in your motherfucking face, no. And we out this on, bitch. Yeah, it is.